brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting stuff to go and talk about over here, where Amazon actually now is confirming and discussing this and showcasing this, that actually is going to have the brand new PlayStation 5 model. So just in case you guys don't know what that means, there actually has been a few different types of integrations and updates when it comes to Amazon and also when it comes to the console. So we're going to show you guys the details, the prices, what's actually different with the sign-up links, because there actually is, I believe, brand new sign-up links too as well. So if any of you guys are wanting to sign up for that too, feel free to. Make sure you guys are on top of that. And we'll have those all, like I said, all linked down below. And of course, God of War stuff is coming soon. We have the new consoles coming soon, so just a lot of stuff. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. There's also for a $500 giveaway or Xbox giveaway, either or. We have the Twitter and Twitch streams down below for those bonus giveaway entries too. And we have the Target as well as Amazon links, as we mentioned. Let's dive into the video. So very first and foremost, I want to show you guys this. Amazon sent out a brand new email as of literally today, which is saying request an invite to buy a PlayStation 5 now. This is from Amazon itself. Exciting news, Sony is releasing an updated model of their PlayStation 5, and Amazon will be receiving these new models soon. Now, we kind of heard about this. We actually even, I think they even made a video about this too as well, but basically there's just internal changes. We'll go into that in the second part of the video. So they say, make sure you guys are requesting your new invite now. With the links down here, I'll make sure all the links are down below in the description and also going forward too as well for all of you guys on the channel. So basically it says, as a reminder, if you are invited to purchase, you will get an email with a link, and I actually kind of thought this email right here was going to be that same email of like the email link to purchase the PlayStation 5, but basically you have a link that will be valid then for 72 hours, and then stay tuned for future invite release dates on product pages. So given the high volume of interest, we won't be able to go grant all requests. Invitation requests for the prior model PS5s will actually be canceled, as Sony will no longer be selling these models. We appreciate your patience and thank you for being a great customer. So very intriguing to know that they're kind of phasing those out. Now, I want to make a separate short video if you guys see that throughout the day, because I'm sure that's like pretty fine-tuned information. But just for the overall sense, right now there are brand new links on Amazon. So I'm going to have all these links down there for you guys down below, as well, especially for the holiday season. I feel this is kind of a big deal, mainly because I've been using these Amazon links for a while. So basically, number one is they do have the normal PlayStation 5 console, which is the model number CFI1215A101X, as you guys can probably go and see with all of this. And then we also have the request invite. So if you guys haven't seen the format yet, literally just go to the links down below, or if you guys see it in future videos or whatever, and then press this request invitation button all above. Now, that's a big thing to go and note. As I mentioned, like, that is important. Make sure you guys go and click on that, and that should be available for all of these consoles now. So we have this for the digital edition, and as once again, if you guys signed up for the prior ones, you will have to make sure to do this again. One of the bigger ones that will be on the brand new, which I think there'll be a huge restock very, very soon, especially if they, number one, sent out the email, which is, getting people like me who see it, talk about it, add, articles or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then two, we also have like the updated APIs on the website itself too as well. So like we're seeing all this stuff and we're liking this stuff, so it seems pretty good. So as well, we also do have the God of War Ragnarok bundle, disc edition, digital edition as well. Make sure you guys sign up for all of these. These will be linked down below. Now, as we also mentioned too with this, that means apparently the old ones will be canceled. So like I said, if you guys have not done so already, just do the new ones too. And then as well, we'll probably be having more ongoing drops. I'm assuming like the 9th will have a lot of extra stock, more so in the God of War. We're seeing Targets, Best Buys, GameStops or whatever getting stock with it. So that probably means that almost every big retailer will be having stock on the 9th for these. So just especially be on the lookout, and especially make sure you guys get this done ASAP, especially if you guys are trying to get the God of War bundle or want to just go get your console either way. Now, some of you guys are actually probably curious on what this is, but basically they have a brand new PS5 model. We've discussed this, I think, in a separate video, but there's been 3 separate iterations of these consoles, and it's kind of tied into the PlayStation 5 Slim leak that we discussed yesterday. Whereas you guys can see they are slowly changing the internals and slowly making them like a little bit less heavy, making the heatsink, like the copper heatsink, a little bit smaller, and then also making things a little bit more efficient. So it's just basically making sure the console's just a better iteration. Now, if you have an older gen console, I have a Gen 1 console, I don't think there's any major big differences that you should be really sad about or upset about. As well, I've also been playing games on my PS5 with pretty much no issues whatsoever. But when it comes to all this type of stuff with this too, it's good to note. Like, we like this. We like seeing updates. We like seeing changes. We like seeing the CFIs. So this is basically what Amazon is quoting over here, where if you guys saw on these ones, this is the model number CFI 1215A01X. So, like I said, all the brand new ones over here. So, like, the high-level stuff is basically just better internals. They're a better console. It's not like the end of the world if you have an older one or got an older one like 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago. It's not a big deal. So, basically, the latest iteration of PlayStation 5 has surprisingly different internals according to new teardown videos. So, basically, the CFI 1100 model and had, like, the smaller heatsink could have been potentially worse. But in theory, now a lot of these things are saying that this is all a better system. So, the CFI 1200, which you should be getting in this Amazon update either way, basically due to the numerous changes and all the big updates and be more efficient, etc., should be all around pretty good. So everyone knows that the new model has a totally different motherboard, which is also noticeably smaller too as well. So this is basically what you guys would get for the same Amazon restock, and probably we'll be seeing a lot more of these also being phased out as well. Like I said, maybe I'll do a quick little video for you guys at some point. So the new model's heatsink is smaller than even that of the CFI 1100 model, so it's a smaller heatsink, so it's hopefully it should weigh a little bit less. But then it contains a heat pipe that runs through to the other side of the system. So while Evans also noted that the SSD enclosure now has a better shield too as well. So basically the SSD is a little bit more fine-tuned, the heatsink's a little bit more smaller, but also more efficient and kind of redesigned. And I'm sure at Sony, if they're like, had this eureka moment where they're like, oh God, why are we still even using this old console? What's the point? Like, if they've rearranged stuff, etc., there's no real purpose to be making 2 consoles at the same time. Rather, it's better to get rid of the old stock that's been sitting around, and then whenever that's all done, kind of how they're doing with the Switch OLED, whenever it moves to the brand new full version fully, then you just fully switch to the 1200 series. And that does seem like that's all lining up too, because as we mentioned, Amazon did go and say, hey, we are not going to be releasing, or not going to be selling these old models, like this one right here. Invitation requests for the prior model PS5 will be canceled as Sony will no longer be selling these models. And as well as we mentioned too, they will be receiving these new models soon. So if you guys see a random quick short video on that later on, don't mind me. But basically that's the big thing with this, that it has a lot better of a motherboard, a better heatsink. There is also then weight reduction, so it's also easier for Sony to ship these like across the world, from Japan to America, or like China to America, China to UK, wherever it may be. But as well, they also do have extra support on the black plastic mold. So like it's kind of nice. Like it's adding like a little bit more support both for the SSD, the console itself, more fine tuning the actual heatsink, and just everything put together just does make it seem like a slightly better console, which is very, very nice to see. So we also did have Evans too as well claim that the new model was more efficient on power consumption. And now these are all very, very small changes. Like I said, in terms of like what you can run, how you can run it, what's going on with it, etc. I think that is a big, big thing. I think that's nice. Like you want to save money long term if you're a big gamer. You want to make sure it's like efficient. You want to make sure your SSDs are supported and also safe so you're not wasting an extra $200. So it's a nice small thing. But as I keep on mentioning, if you just got a PS5 or you somehow get the 1100 model, it's not the end of the world. I have the original base day one PS5 and it's still running phenomenal and having no major big issues. Now, in comparison maybe to the PS5 Slim or PS5 Pro, yeah, it might be slightly more different with different redesigns and colors or internals or whatever, but as of right now, it doesn't seem like it's not that big of a deal. So a good example for this one was the launch model was drawing 218 watts of electricity. The CFI's 1100 model was pulling around 229, and then the new CFI 1200, which is the one that Amazon would like to sell, is only pulling around 201. So, like I said, like I think most people don't care too much. Like some people may care a lot, but in terms of that, it's a very small amount of energy usage. You're probably not running your console 24/7, and as well, like you can kind of see, it just kind of varies. Like even like the first one was drawing less watts as well. So no matter what, it's not a big deal, it's not a big difference, but it is also nice to see Amazon now kind of getting with the times, selling the slightly better PS5 and all of that. So just one last reminder too, make sure you guys are using all of these links down below. I'll make sure they're all updated for all my future videos. And as well, make sure you guys request your invitations, especially on these God of War bundles. that will probably be happening ASAP, and as well, it should be looking and feeling pretty good. Like, hopefully a lot of you guys will get your consoles these next upcoming, like, 48 hours or so. So, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 or Xbox or $500 giveaway. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below to follow for bonus entries. We have the Target links and all the brand new Amazon links, and we'll see you guys all throughout today for a bunch more videos.